Hey, everybody, listen, it's time for our RHOA recap. This week episode, it wasn't bad. It was okay. You know what, though? They kind of fooled us and they tricked us, right? With the view for Kandi and Todd. I thought it was going to be a whole bunch of mess, but it really wasn't a whole bunch of mess. They tricked us, but I see you out there. Sebastian, hey. April, I see you. Sally, thanks for stopping by. Andrea, thank you for being here. Black Swan, I see all of y'all. Nicole, Summer, thank you guys for showing up. Candy, MH, I'm loving it. Y'all in the building. I'm so excited to see y'all. We're going to get into it because we got a lot to talk about with this particular episode. I'm going to give y'all, like I normally do, some little speaking points, and then we're going to have a discussion. But before we have this discussion, I have to say this. Y'all, hands down, y'all need to give it up to Kandi and Todd because Todd truly loves Kandi. Y'all go ahead and chat with me, okay? Todd truly loves Kandi, and I think we've seen it hands down in this particular episode. I see you behind stage smoking, Toria. I'm going to bring you up in a minute, but first I'm going to give out the details on this first scene, and then I'm going to bring you up and we're going to get into it. So it opens up with Shereé in her house, okay? See, Lee, don't start no mess early on. We only 2 minutes in. Todd loves Kandi, and he loves her for herself, not for her dollars. But we'll talk. So we'll get into it. Shereé was in her house, and we saw her son Cairo, right? Cairo is a very handsome guy. He's tall, and he's talking about he's doing music, right? And she said that she's going to need him to model some She by Shereé because she didn't even launch the thing yet. And now she's deciding to add a whole men's line. Now, I'm going to need Shereé to slow down. And I'm going to need her to slow down because we have been waiting for She by Shereé for decades. Or a decade. I'm not going to over-exaggerate there, right? At least a decade. And you can't even get the women's or the female line out. And you want to add a male's collection? Come on, Shereé. Get us one piece at a time and then start to add to the catalog, add the men, add the children, add the whoever you want, the babies. But don't go adding stuff and you didn't even get out the first collection yet. Okay, what is this? Summer, spring, winter, fall. Get something out first. Now she did say this. She hired a designer, okay, and she also said that if she doesn't get it done this time, it's going to be a funeral of She by Shereé. That was messy. I thought it was funny. She was shading herself, but I was here for it. Hey, Smoke, what's going on?
Hey, Diva. Hey, everyone. How y'all doing?
Doing well. Hey, Toria.
Hey, Toria.
Hello. Before we get started, Diva, can we say rest in peace to Bill Russell and Nichelle Nichols, the black woman that started it all on Star Trek, the lieutenant?
Yes,
they both passed away yesterday.
Yes, we definitely can. Definitely, it's a definite rest in peace to both of them. To Bill Russell, NBA, right? A big time basketball player, and yes, to both of them, may they rest in peace. They had quite a good track record and catalog that they left behind. So yes, rest in peace. Thank you for that, Toria. And so let me also, and MH, you're in the building. So Smoke, I'm gonna start with you. What did you think about Shereé with her son in her home, saying she hired a designer for She by Shereé, and if it doesn't happen this time, it's going to be a funeral of She by Shereé. Go ahead, talk to me.
Well, I mean, we've already been at the wake for the last 12 years or so. So we just wait. We honestly just been waiting for the family coming so we can get the funeral started, because I honestly don't think she understands how to capitalize off of momentum. And she was really banking on those 7 figures that she stated in the first season. So she kind of wants to be like the Toya of Real Housewives of Atlanta, where she doesn't want to do anything but just wants to live this lavish lifestyle and spend all this money and live in all these big houses. So I mean, y'all just let me know what time I should bring, the crack wings, the potato salad, and the drinks and beverages for the after party, so we can just watch it.
Don't do that. Don't do that. But you know what though? I will say this. Have we been at the wake this whole time? We most certainly have. Hey Lisa, how you doing? Give me a minute and I'll come to you. So we have been at the wake, but she's pulling it back. She's saying it's gonna happen. Toria, how did you feel about this particular scene?
Well, I kind of agree with Smoke. We have been at the wake a long time, and she still don't have it together. She went into a little shopping center store for fabric. If you're gonna do this in mass production, you gotta order from a company, not no little store in the shopping center. She ain't got it together yet.
I don't know if you know. I was gonna bring that up later. I don't know if you that the store she went into. The one girl, her name, she's I want to say she goes by the name of Gigi or Mimi G style, something like that. Mimi something style. But she's very big on Instagram, and she actually sews clothes. She actually has patterns in like all of the material shops. So she's really good. She actually probably could have hooked up with her to get her line started. So that girl is very popular. She didn't just kind of walk into just any old fabric store. And you heard her say that we can get you the stuff, hook you up with a wholesale person that we know. But what Shereé should have did was hook up with this Mimi G style, because that girl, she's really big on Instagram. You could probably look her up, and she's been on Instagram for a while because I followed her a lot. She used to do sewing classes. She makes a lot of nice stuff, and then she'll even model it and post it. So yeah, Mimi is dope. Okay, Mel Bricks knows. Yes, Mimi is dope. So yeah, Mimi got it going on, and she probably could have helped She by Shereé get launched. Okay, like for real, for real.
Teach her how to sew.
She will teach her how to sew, teach her a whole lot of things, because Mimi is no joke. Shereé needs Kenya and Kandi for to help her. I believe she will move over to one of Carlos' shows. Shereé will be fired at the end of the season if she does not produce She by Shereé. Well, you know what? If she doesn't produce She by Shereé, she's going to be the laughing stock of probably all the Housewives shows ever. And I'm just hoping that she has nothing on She by Shereé website yet. Nope. Because they're waiting for the season finale final show. That's what I'm hoping.
Diva, you are so hopeful. You are so hopeful.
Oh God.
Because I'm honestly, I was saying the same thing. I was like, maybe she's waiting until the reunion, but I'm just looking like, at this point, sis, just get it out there and be like, okay, it's here. So
I think she is, because she tweeted. She was like, everybody get your money ready for when She by Shereé drops, blah, blah, blah. And then people were retweeting her. They were like, N-word, you better be ready.
I want to see what the shipping times look like.
Hold on one second, guys. Lisa, you gotta look her up on Instagram. I know she was big on Instagram and Facebook, but I want to say it's Mimi G Style. I want to say that, but look her up. She is really, really good. So, MH, what did you think about this opening scene with Cairo? Cairo is going to be a model. She's adding a men's line, and she can't even get the one line out. But hey, what are you going to do? I guess it is what it is. What did you think about that scene and seeing Cairo? And Cairo's doing music. I didn't know Cairo could sing. Or maybe he's not singing. I don't know if he's rapping. I don't know if he's producing. But what did you think about that scene?
I feel like Cairo, he's a good-looking boy, but he just looks slow to me. Every time I see him, I just think there's something ain't right. Like, he's just like, I don't think everything connects up there. Like, the way he speaks, his mannerisms, everything about him, it just screams slow. And I'm like, I feel like she forced him into that scene because she has nothing else to scream. I think Tyrone was her, like, that was her storyline. And once he was gone, she was scrambling. So once she was scrambling, she has to bring the slow sun on the show. She needs to go to a fabric school. Like this is like she just has to put everything together in it. And when she was talking about that, you know that penis line, whatever that thing was called, that was disgusting. Remember she was talking about. And
we'll get to that. That was terrible. Yeah, because even they were like, "What are you talking about?" Hold on one second. High Vibe said, High Vibe, I agree with you. Shereé could have made a killing off of her famous "Who Gonna Check Me, Boo?" That could have been on T-shirts, coffee mugs, etc. You know what, High Vibe? You are 100% correct. She could have made a killing. She's missing out on big time dollars because she's being slow. Lisa, you're in the building. What do you want to say about this first scene?
Lisa. She's on mute.
She's on the phone.
I think it's delayed.
Okay, Lisa. Yeah, Lisa is busy. Can you hear us, Lisa? No, Lisa, go out and come back in. Okay, so Lisa's busy. She's gonna go out and come back in. But yes, you are correct. She could have made a killing. It's a mess, right? So and everybody's agreeing with you, High Vibe. She could have made some money. Okay, so that was that particular scene. Lisa's still sitting there. Hold on, let me see if maybe she got it together. Hey, Lisa, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, babe. I couldn't hear you the first time. You had me mute.
Oh, okay. We couldn't hear you, so I thought you needed to go back out and come back in. So we just talked about so far.
Girl, Shereé, I'm waiting to see Shereé. Girl, I've been waiting for 12, 13 years to see Sheba Shereé. If I don't see Sheba Shereé at the end of this next season, I'm gonna give her a little more time. Then I'm done with Sheba Shereé. Okay, I'm done with it. Okay, you ain't got no fashion. You ain't got nothing. You walking around talking you got some stuff. You ain't got nothing. Okay, I'm done with it. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to something else because baby, this ain't working. Okay. It ain't working, baby. 13 is not nothing. All we got is sketches. All I see is sketches. I want to see some clothes.
Well, and the sketches look cute though, right?
Huh?
Plus, I think she's gonna mark the prices up so high that because she wants to get rich fast, that none of us are gonna be able to afford it.
So, like, this sometimes this sometimes I want to be able to go buy her workout pants, and I want to say, girl, I got them Shereé, baby. Like I told you, my girl said she gonna do it. She gonna do it, and she did it. But baby, all I keep on seeing is sketches, and I'm tired of the sketches, baby. Let's go. Let's do something else, okay?
But also, Lisa. Oh, go ahead.
Wait, hold on one second, Smoke. Lisa, hold on tight, okay? Because it's coming this September. Don't give up on her just yet, okay?
So when she crossed the
It's coming in September. Go ahead, Smoke. What did you want to say?
I'm gonna wait, honey. I'm gonna wait. You told me to wait.
That's the same thing. That's the same. That's the same thing that she said about Tyrone when Nene was trying to warn him about being a con artist, and then she wanted to jump down her throat, and lo and behold, look what happened. So I'm looking like Shereé. I think she's probably the most underrated and underperforming housewife I have ever seen on Bravo.
The thing is, you remember when she was last on the show, she said she was coming out with by Shereé then, and she had all these years before you come back on the show to set something up, anything.
Yep.
She could have set anything up, and for her now to make out that these joggers are some big deal when she was telling us she was going to do high fashion, it's an insult.
It's crazy. Okay, so wait, Black Swan said, I don't think it's a good idea. She should show the print of the man's privates. I don't think so either. You know what, Shereé, she's giving me a little slow sometimes. Like, really, I was like, why would that be so popular? Since she wants more a team with thirsty. Who's gonna check me, boo? Oh, she did? Well, she missed the opportunity. Yeah, she missed the opportunity. Yes, poor Shereé, fumble in the bag. She could have had a new jogging suit every week with all the free publicity from RHOA. She could have.
She doesn't understand.
She could have, because they're making a joke. DM Rock, I agree with you. We're gonna talk more about that when we get to that thing. Hold on one second.
I'm gonna come back.
Okay.
Excuse me for a minute. I'm gonna go back out and come back in because something's going wrong.
Okay, no problem. I'll see you in a few. Jew is a really good singer. I felt that way also. I really did. She by the wayside is a lost cause. LOL. Oh, see, you know, I give her a moment. Give she by Shereé a moment. She's coming. So let's move back because we went to now we go to Candy's house, right? And little Ace had a birthday. I forgot how old Ace turned, but he had a little birthday party. Okay, she had a little gathering at her house where Kenya came with little Brooklyn. Okay, Drew came with her kids, and her kids are adorable also. And then Ace cousins was there, and they had a little gathering in the house for Ace. And then that's where Kenya pretty much said, listen, Marlo is bipolar. Okay. She got issues. And they was telling Todd that he needs to get 24-hour security. That, you know, they shouldn't be having these security issues, you know, at their home, right? So they kind of talked to Todd about having 24-hour security. And they also talked about how Drew came to the event with that bone. Okay, she came prepared, so they kind of threw that out there, and that pretty much. Oh no, let me take that back. Sanya decides to call Kenya while she's at you know, Candy's house, and Sanya, messy Sanya, she's going to say to Kenya, you know, this trip to Jamaica is a couple's trip. Well, here's the thing. I'm single. You know I'm single, or you know, in Kenya's case, she's going through a divorce. So where am I supposed to manufacture up a date from? Like, where am I supposed to find this person at? So that whole conversation was messy. And I'm gonna say this: Sanya got what she deserved to get hung up on. How dare you talk about this is going to be a couple's trip and this is what you want to be, a couple's trip, and you know I ain't got no couple to bring. Now get out of here.
Also, she can't even manage her own.
Hold on 1 second. I'll let you and Sebastian. Give me a minute. Tracy said all Shereé kids act just like her. Just like her. Slow.
Except for the oldest one.
She needs to mind her business literally in people's bedroom, literally. Wait, what did Kandi say that she was in someone's bedroom? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't, okay.
Also, Sanya can't be talking with this couple's trip when she can't even manage herself and her own couple, not giving the man another child.
No, that is some mega stuff. Sebastian, you need to stop with that. You and you. No man is deserving of a child because you think.
I watched their other show. I watched their other.
So what? But so what? It's her body. The guy went MIA when he had the first kid.
Her body is her choice.
Sebastian, can I ask you a question? If I married you today and I was your man and I told you we've had a child, you went MIA on you, and then this is your second. You want? If I tell you I want a second child, do you have to give it to me?
Well, that's a conversation you have before you get married. If you guys want kids.
Sebastian, I heard the Shereé stutter though. I heard that Shereé stutter, Sebastian.
Wait, guys, 1 second. Tracy, thank you for the super chat. I truly appreciate it. Okay, hold on, guys. Before we go backtrack into that, let's talk about this moment at Candy's house, little Ace party. Ace is absolutely adorable. I love all the kids. I love seeing the kids, and Ace was happy about his party. Let's talk about that particular scene. Smoke, what do you have to say?
I mean, like, listen, Kandi loves her children, and she will go above and beyond for the kids and her stepkids. So I really love that she did that for little Ace and whatnot. And you know what? This episode, I really liked Kandi, and we're gonna. I know you're gonna get to that scene, so we can talk about that. But I was like, Candy's starting to grow back on me a little bit. I'm starting to feel her a little bit. I was like, yeah, she's doing her job as a housewife. Thank goodness. Took her long enough.
Give it up to Kandi.
Marlo woke her up.
And wait, Smoke. Why I'm with you?
I would love her.
Yeah, what happened?
I like that little game truck she got for them too, with all them games on it. I liked that.
That was cute. Smoke, while we're at it, do you not want to give it up for Kandi and Todd's relationship? Todd loves Kandi. Can you give it up?
Todd loves Kandi's money and the capital that it gains for him. So that's what I'm gonna say, and I'm
All
gonna
right,
stick with
folks. I
it.
thought we was connecting. Anyway, Toria, what do you think about this scene? And can you give it up, Toria? Hold on 1 second, Lisa. And Toria, can you give it up for Kandi and Todd's relationship? Because Todd loves Kandi. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Diva,
Oh
but
my God.
he loves her money, and he's very controlling with Candy's money, because I agree he's not the one to be in charge of it if something happens to Candy.
We'll get to that scene, but okay. How did you feel about Little Ace party? You like the party? How did you feel about Kenya hanging up on Sanya?
Oh, I agreed with that. But she didn't give her a chance to finish saying what she was saying. But Sonya did start the conversation off wrong. She shouldn't have said it the way she said it. And I think once she told her, she said, "Where are you?" And she said, "I'm at a friend." She should have said, "Well, call me when you get finished." She should have just did that. But Sonya is messy. And
Yes, she is.
she is trying too hard. She is just trying too hard. And everything she's doing wrong. I just
She's fumbling her bag. She's fumbling her peach. Her peach is about to get snatched from her. 1 minute, Toria. Bedside BK. Diva, this is the second week in a row that Kenya's money has been in jeopardy. I think the producers are sending Kenya a message about her future. What do you mean by that, BK? Bedside BK. And thank you for the super chat. You think Kenya messed up this week? I thought she did good, but talk to me. Send me another message, another chat. You could just tell me in the chat. What do you mean by that? But thank you for the super chat. Tracy, thank you for the super chat. Salt Bay always been the first one, always knows someone who slept with the other cast members, man. Todd likes Candy's money. He's cheating. Watch. Todd is not cheating, Tracy. Thank you for the super chat, but I refuse to believe that Todd is cheating. Okay, Toria, finish your thought. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. I just think that Sonya was wrong. I loved the little party. And at first I was like, Candy, that cake is too little. But then I heard her say she was having that small gathering because she was having a bigger party come Saturday, because his birthday was during the week. And then that explained the little cake, because I'm like, you got a lot of children there for such a small cake.
Yeah, Candy balls out for the kids. Candy don't hold nothing back when she's throwing a party or doing whatever she has to do for the kids, for the family, for whomever. So Candy definitely gives it up. So MH, how did you feel about this scene? Kenya said that Marlo was bipolar. She also hung up on Sanya because Sanya was talking nonsense. And they also told Todd, you need to get some security up in this piece.
I found that kind of weird, the security part, when Kenya was talking about Cardi B. I'm not on Cardi B's level. Like, Cardi B might need 24-hour security, but you're a RHOA. Like, let's not, like, one crazy person shouldn't mean that you have to fork out for 24-hour security, especially if you live in a gated community already. And I think one of the things that I think Kenya was defending herself in the sense that she was telling them, I like where I live, because they keep saying it's in the hood. Because they were making, like, they could make it a little bit of underhanded comments about her location. And she was like, I like where I live. And because, remember, Thingy, what's her name? Bywig.
But do you say
Kim? Yeah, remember Kim was like, she lives in the hood, da-da-da. So that's always been a bit of a stigma against
Oh yeah,
her
they do try to say that about Candy's house a lot, and I think it's enough already. But MH, I will say this though, right? Gated community is proven to not mean much. Dorit was in a gated community. Kyle was in a gated community.
Are you sure Dorit was in a gated community?
I thought she was, but I know Kyle is, right? Kyle got robbed in a gated community. Kandi is in a gated community. He jumped over gates. I mean, and
Kyle didn't set the alarm, and she didn't get robbed. She got broken into. PK gave him the code.
Stop it, Tori. I can't right now. But hold on one second. Regal Reese, thank you so much for the super sticker there, for the super chat. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Black Swan said, I give up, Diva. Todd love Kandi. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
That should be the name of the show.
Thank you
No,
so
Black
much.
Swan, no.
I'm like,
I just want to say about the scene.
Yes.
Is it me or did it look choppy? Because someone said it, and I was like, now I look back at it, it does. Like, I don't know if Sanya keeps saying it's couples, or if they're editing it that way, where she said it at different times, and it just looks like she's repeating the same thing. Because they did the after show, and she was like, I didn't even say it wasn't even about couples. It's because she was saying in New York, when they did the New York trip, people didn't know it was a couples thing. And remember, some of the ladies complained. They said, we didn't know it was a couples thing. We didn't know people were bringing their mates. So she was like, I just wanted to make it clear for the Jamaica trip that, you know, our husbands would be there. Heads up kind of thing.
I see. I can see that. But the thing is, when the way she called her, she said, I want to make it clear. I guess I see what you're saying. Like, she's saying, I want to make it clear. But you know what? She wasn't communicating well. I felt like she was saying, this is going to be a couple's trip. And, you know, you need to bring, what she should have said was, a lot of couples, mostly everybody is bringing their significant other. I just wanted you to know that, but you're still welcome to come, or something like that. The way she said it, it was almost like you had to find a couple, a person to come there with.
No, she told them that they could bring a girlfriend or whoever.
Later, when she cleared it up, but I guess to your point is too. I guess to your point is too, she did hang up on Sonya. So she didn't get to explain it on that phone call exactly what she meant. So I'll give her that.
I think that's what they meant about Kenya not earning her check, her peach, is that she keeps on disconnect. Like, whenever she doesn't like what Marlo or Sanya is doing, she disconnects instead of arguing it out or discussing it. Like, producers don't like that when she does stuff like that. So I think that might have been what they meant by Kenya's checking out way too much for the producers' liking.
Well, queens don't have to sit and wait for peasants.
But Nina agrees with y'all. Lisa, did you want to add to this conversation in this scene?
Yes, I did too. I'm like in the middle, because she did tell them when they was in Blue Ridge, everybody allowed to bring their mate and a friend. She was like telling them, and then she also want to make it clear to her. But you hanging up in my face, homegirl, you ain't gonna get it. That was low down and dirty. I don't give a care. Okay, listen to what I had to say. Okay, before you do this stuff like that, that's child. That's sometimes. See, that's sometimes. That's what happened last. That's what happened last week on the show. She was being childish, running through the house and doing all that.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta earn your peace back. At first, you was growing on me. I like what you was growing on me, but now you start to be like a child again, doing childish ass bull that nobody else need. Okay, and I'm about to let you go too, because I'm about to tell you pack up your stuff and leave Atlanta, go to New York and be with mom.
Because I sure am tired of her saying she keeps bringing up Mark. She keeps bringing him up that she ain't letting people talk to her like her husband did. Everybody that says something to Kenya that she don't like this season, the first thing she hollers is, oh, I'm not going to be about to be talked to the way my husband talked to me. You let your husband talk to you like that. You did.
That is
all the women.
That was the thing. Sonya wouldn't come to her like that. You make that
all
up.
You know what? Listen, everybody's agreeing with y'all because Mary said Ken was being too sensitive.
Ken needs to stop. Ken needs to. We're tired of Ken.
Excuse me. Oh no.
So wait, Flip said, hold on. Sonya trying to make sure she comes back next year. She don't want to repeat want a repeat of her failed show. But you know what? I do believe you, Flip Dish. That's what she's trying to do. But She's trying too hard and she's messing up.
I
Black
don't
Swan,
know if
thank you
she is
so much
trying
for
too
the
hard.
super chat right here. I think Marlo's job is in jeopardy. That scene in the driveway caused them lightning time and money. Yeah, lighting time and money. That scene caused them money, but that scene,
But that
oh,
was
you say
Kenya's issue.
Marlo job is in jeopardy.
Mhm.
I
No, but
don't
that was
know.
Kenya.
Both
Kenya
them
created the
jobs is in
problem by
jeopardy.
not sleeping in the house.
So you can't fight by yourself, okay? Let me tell you, so you can't fight by yourself. Both of them being childish, it was both of them fault. Not only that's King, it was Marlo fault too, okay? It was both of them fault. So both of them picture would be up in the air. I'm sorry.
Kenya looks like she already rented a toy boy when we see the preview.
Oh,
That
no,
old
I
chubby
think that was
young guy.
somebody that was in Jamaica. Hold on 1 second. Lee, you said Kenya can always rent a man
Jamaican
for the
guys are
trip.
cheaper.
Lee, don't do that.
Jamaican
Don't do that,
guys
Lee.
in Jamaica are gonna be
King,
Wait.
you're in the
cheaper.
Whoa.
building. Hold on, guys.
Not fly.
Like
Why
she
does
just
she need to
Whoa,
fly
whoa,
him
whoa, whoa,
out?
whoa, 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 whoa,
Hold on,
whoa.
guys. Hold on, guys. King, you're in the building. What do you want to add to this conversation?
King is here. Yes.
I just want to say that the way Sanya didn't really say anything wrong to Kenya. I think she was trying to reiterate the fact that it was a couple's trip. But here's the problem. So we know, just like Sanya knows, that Kenya is in the midst of a divorce, and she doesn't have anybody that we could, we know that she doesn't have a partner that she would bring on a couple's trip.
Exactly.
And the way that Sonya was speaking, it was kind of in teacher voice mode. I just want to clarify what I
But
said.
I
So
feel like the two women she was sitting next to don't have a man either. Tyrone's gone AWire, and Marlo, we've never seen her with a man. So it's not like
Yes,
Kenya's
we
the only
did.
one who.
Did you
When
not? Did you see
baby,
Marlo's
she's
man?
older than him.
He has a stair lift. There's a stair lift in there's a stair lift in her house.
You gonna never see her. You gonna never see her man on him, baby. They old and they white.
see, but
They
that's
old and they
but
white.
see that's the
She out here
problem.
dating these white men,
Okay, so hold on,
and they
guys.
don't want to be seen on TV.
Okay, hold on, guys. Lisa, hold on 1 second. King, finish your statement.
That's the problem. I'm glad you guys brought that up. The two that were sitting next to her are manless as well, at least from what we know, or at that particular time they were.
like on the show, yeah.
Kenya is the only person that the single thing is always used against, and I think that I don't think it had any. Now I'm sick of her saying everything remind her about Mark too. You sneeze and it remind her about her marriage, and she ain't gonna let you sneeze like that because you ain't gonna. She let Mark sneeze while she was talking, and you're not gonna do it to her. She's not that girl anymore. But I feel like the whole single thing is something that they've always weaponized against Kenya, so she gets very sensitive, and she felt like Sanya was trying to be fun, which I feel like Sanya was kind of trying to be funny based on who she was sitting around when she called Kenya.
Yes. And here the thing is, Trina, we know that Sanya clarified that later when she apologized at that party that we're going to eventually get to, that was at her house, that was a whole hot mess. But when she was on the phone, she was not being clear. And I like that, King. She wasn't teacher mode. I just want to be clear. Teacher/mom mode. Yes, and her tone was shady. It was shady. And she was being messy because she was sitting next to Marlo. And someone said it earlier. I bypassed the comment. I was trying to hit it, but someone said it earlier. Sanya is kissing Marlo's butt for some reason, and I don't understand and know why. It's a whole hot mess. But in that particular moment, Sanya deserved to get hung up on. Girl, bye. Be talking to me about no mate, and I don't got a man right now. Don't do that.
Exactly.
Who I'm coming with? I'm coming with myself in Brooklyn. That's it. Now I ain't got nobody else to come with. Now stop it. And you already said earlier that everybody could come and you can bring the +1 or whatever. So everybody already knew that probably whoever had a husband was going to come. Why are you calling me, talking down to me and talking crazy, talking about, oh, I just want to make sure you understand. Girl, bye. I see you in Jamaica.
Even
But
in Blue Bridge,
anywho,
they were
go
telling
ahead. Go
Marlo
ahead.
from
Is that me? Who's talking?
Sorry, no, I was saying
I
even when she
mean,
announced it in Blue Bridge, they were telling Marlo, you need to go and get a man.
For where though?
The nursing home.
The same place that she got, what do you call it?
The nursing home.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
now see,
Don't
she
do
right,
that.
the nursing home, baby. Marlo mess around in the nursing home. I told you that's how she get her money. She said the one for 40 seasons before she said she was dating a 60-year-old white man, baby doll. Is allegedly she dated Ted Turner the billionaire, baby doll. Okay, so you know what I'm saying. So I'm not gonna put nothing about it. Those men don't want to be seen on TV with Marlo. Okay,
Do you know
so you
what?
know
I do
what? That's how
remember
she
her
get
bringing
her
one
money. She's
guy,
the escort
but he
for
was like a
allegedly,
dashing white guy. Do you guys remember?
she got the escort for the old man.
Lisa, do you remember? She bought one guy, and it was like a party, and it was Marlo. They had Marlo's date on there, but he was like a good-looking white guy. He was an older guy, looked like he was about 55 to 60-ish, but like like a silver fox. Like
Yeah,
a
and
grey
that's what I'm
hair,
telling you.
Listen.
Ain't
Okay,
nobody
wait, hold
emo
on,
guy.
guys.
yeah, don't nobody want to
Let's
be
throw
buying
this.
my
Hold
on
on,
this TV.
Lisa.
These white folks and these white rich white men ain't been coming on this show with these beautiful black women, honey, and show out. They is not gonna come on this black show and show out, honey. No, they
Okay,
they're
wait,
gonna stay
hold
in the
on,
closet.
Lisa. Lisa, hold on 1 second. Let me add this scene to the conversation where what was it? It was Shereé and Marlo. Shereé went to Marlo's store, right? Because they're getting ready for Jamaica, and she's showing Shereé some bathing suits. You know that girl can't rent out that stuff, how much it costs per day. She's still talking about the nephews. Then Sanya shows up. We already know that she called Marlo. They said, I think Marlo said she's disappointed in Kandi. Okay. And that's when Shania brings up she just wants everybody to have a plus one. You should have just explained it to Kenya like that. Just you can have a plus one, even though I really felt like it was already brought up. But that scene, not much happened. It was what it was. They needed those three to just meet up and kiki and ha ha, right? So why are we renting bathing suits though? I know, right? How disgusting renting bathing suits, but I mean that's her store. I wonder how well her store is doing, like for real, for real. I wonder, like, is this store really? I don't get it because
Do
the
you see?
We're
Can I
not
ask?
gonna
Did
go
you
there.
guys
We're
see? It was not a
postponed now.
store.
Wait, Diva,
go,
what you
go
saying?
ahead, MH.
It wasn't a store. It was those buildings where multiple it's like offices where multiple people rent it out. That's
Yeah.
why at the beginning when Sanya opens the door, you can see the outside. It's one of those properties where anyone like some I think fashion people use it just to store stuff, but it's not a storefront. It's not a storefront.
Yeah, well, are we shocked though about that? I'm
No.
not shocked about that. But hey, she needed to have her scene and she had her scene. But let's move on to Marlo seeing this parenting coach that was referred to her by Shereé. I was like, out of all people, Shereé referred him to you, but he seemed like he was okay. He seemed like he was gonna help her. Marlo says she's a nervous wreck. She started crying. She hugged the coach. They prayed together. But what I do like the advice that he gave her. He said, listen, you got to bring order back in that house. You got to bring some order, some direction. You got to keep your foot down. And he also mentioned to her that he doesn't mind that she took this break, but what he wants to make sure is that the boys don't feel like they were unwanted. So I do feel like this parenting coach, gave her good advice. I was here for it. I don't know. How did you feel about that?
They need a man in their life. She needs to get them in like Big Brother or something like that. Marlo can't do this by herself. After 3 years of having them, she's seen how stressful it got for her. She needs some more help, and I think she needs to. She's not gonna be able to raise them boys herself without some type of male in their life. And I think she should get them in that Big Brother program because they do a lot of good work.
Okay. Smoke. What do you feel about the parent and coach, Marlo, and the
Yeah, I believe
nephew?
it's so too. She gonna need.
Hold on one second, Lisa. I'm gonna come to you. Go ahead, Smoke.
I thought that scene was a little bit much. I thought Marlo might have been acting in that moment because I was just looking like she's trying real hard to scourge up them tears, and they came out though. But I was just like I wasn't buying it. Like, oh my god, you're sitting here like it's feeling bad, but at the same time you're still trashing your nephews on national TV about how they're living with their sister that you dropped them off to, and you want to have a say. So I'm not buying the whole Monty act. I just think it's a bunch of bull. Marlo is full of crap, among other things. And the fact that she can sit here and talk about how nobody could take William and the other boy away from her, but yet you'll give them up, William, but you still want to talk sugar honey ice cream about them. So as far as I'm concerned, those kids are better off with the sister. She'll get a grip eventually, know how to give them structure and training. But as far as Marlo, keeps her legs open for married men. Hampton, she could just take several feet on the stair lift with her sugar daddy and do whatever she was doing.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to go to King. How did you feel about this particular scene with the parent and coach?
Look, I'm kind of over the whole nephew thing. You talk every episode, you crying about these nephews and you don't know what to do. Let's be realistic. You ain't say to people, you know, the little boys was out there doing some criminal activity and you worried. They had a dirty room and one of them got mad and punched a hole in your wall. Like, yeah, and you've had them for 3 years. So has it taken you getting a peach on the show for you to feel like you need some help with them? Like what's been going on before this? And why didn't you think you needed some help when these boys called you and they were coming from this trauma or whatever that they were experiencing before they got to you? Why didn't you feel like the boys, minus you, because you know I like that the counselor and suggested that her and the boys come together. I just feel I was trying to hold some hope out for Marlo. I don't feel like, you know, a lot of people said she used the boys to get a peach. I don't feel like she got the boys to get the peach, but I feel like now that she has the peach, she's using the boys as a way to make herself interesting. And it seems like it's an overreaction. You know, even there was a scene where she was drinking her coffee at a house or whatever she was drinking. And she's bringing the boys up, you by yourself. Oh, the boys. You know, it ain't that serious. And I don't really feel like you're all that affected. Anytime you're trying to squeeze a tear out to make us feel where you're coming from. No, nobody feels where you're coming from. Most of us are parents and all of us are children. And we know it's just not that serious. What you're going through with the boys ain't really all that serious.
Right, I agree with you. Hold on one second. Nina said, and I do agree with this too, Nina. Nina said, Marlo, how do you have a charity for children who have been displaced, and then you go and uproot your own family? Make it make sense. Well, you dropped the mic right there on that one, Nina. Drop the mic right there on that one. Make it make sense. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on so everybody can hear you. Hold on one second. And also to your point, Nina, right? You didn't want these kids to even have lightly used clothes, right? Because you knew all that what you went through by getting used clothes and how you didn't feel like you was good enough. So how do you think your nephews feel when you got to put them out for 30 days because you just can't handle it? Thank you, Nina, for that comment. I love it. You are correct. I'll go to Toria next. What do you think about this scene and the parenting coach?
I like the parenting coach, but like I said, I think they need some male guidance too, because she can't handle 2 teenage boys and raise them to be men, young men. And it looks like the sister's going to be gone for quite some time because she didn't take the judge's deal, you know, by getting some help. So I think she's going to be there for a while. And we done seen Marlo had the kids over there with Andy, so she still got the boys, and she just gonna have to keep them boys in counseling, keep herself in counseling, and get some male figures in their life and try to guide them right. But I didn't see not one tear come out them eyes. I just heard a whole lot of noise.
MH, how did you feel about this scene with the parenting coach?
First of all, the parenting coach was fine as hell. I was just watching him the whole time. I was like, forget Marlo and her bad acting. I'm checking out the parenting coach. Like, he was cute.
He was.
Tall,
Yeah, he was
wet,
cute with
like,
her.
oh,
He
I
was
need him to
cute.
coach me.
I
Come on,
agree with
Lisa.
you on that.
But yeah, on the Marlo thing, I feel like it's unfair to compare the two. Lots of people help, like the homeless people outside. You know, you go to a homeless shelter, you go and help people, but not everybody's bringing in housing the unhoused. Like, you can go and do charity work outside. So maybe she likes to do charity work with foster kids, but maybe she's not ready to foster. She was not in a situation where she had her own kids. She wanted to be a mother. She wanted to foster people. Clearly, if she would have done it by now. She's in her mid 40s. Her sister's condition and her sister's situation has forced her into doing something that she did not naturally want to do. She didn't make a choice and then leave these kids deserted. She didn't pop out these two boys and then decide, oh, I don't want them anymore. No, her sister forced her into a situation that is really difficult. And now she's in that situation. I think she needs to do better. Using him as a storyline and talk about their hygiene, I don't like it. However, what I do think that's more important than anything that she says on this show is the fact that she's kept them for 4 years. Those kids would be in foster cares, and worse things would be happening to them than somebody talking about them not brushing their teeth. And those are facts.
All right, thank you, MH. Sebastian, what did you think about this scene with the parenting coach?
Listen, Marlo, she needs to focus on those kids. Okay, and her sister has already 4 kids of her own. Now she has to take 2 more kids on top of those 4 kids she already has, which makes it 6. And I think, is her sister a single parent or she has a husband?
Yeah, she said.
She's a single parent.
I think
Mm-hmm.
so.
Oh my god! So now she has one person has to take care of 6 kids because a woman can't get her selfishness out of the way. That is
Come on
just
now,
Period.
Sebastian. Come
I'm
on, tell it.
saying she can't get her selfishness out of the way. Why are you sending those kids away for 30 days? As Kenya said, Kenya was saying how like she felt some type of way because she's been through a situation similar like that. You don't do that. Those kids felt like they could trust you and they could stay with you and nothing would happen, and you just kick them out. And the thing is, she should have always brought these kids to therapy, considering all the issues that they've gone through from the beginning.
Mm.
Ever since she introduced those kids to reality TV, she should have put them with a psychologist, a child psychologist from that start. So I'm tired of Marlo using these kids as a storyline. I wonder if they're getting paid. I wonder if she has any trust accounts set up for them. I wonder if she has any unauthorized minor trusts no stock trading accounts for them. She better have something set up for them because these are her only storyline. Other than that, it's just her archive that's not even spelled right.
Lisa, what did you think about this scene with Marlo and the parenting coach? Thank you, Sebastian.
I'm like Nina in the chat. I'm like Nina. What's up, Nina from Colorado, baby? I see you, baby. Yeah, I'm with Nina. There was a big stuff for her. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you like this right here. I never people always and I told I think I think I told you before, Diva. I waste my sister kids. You know what I'm saying? It was always me and my mom, my child, and my sister 3 kids. Okay, my mom just brought home the paycheck. Okay, I was the one who getting the kids up every morning, getting them ready to go to school, combing hair. It was 2 boys and 2 girls. You know what I'm saying? So I understand when you get overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? You get overwhelming on you, and you
Mm.
can like she said, she never wanted to have kids. She never wanted to
Mm.
have kids because she never wanted to go through what her mom had put her through. But not it was thrust upon her, and she kind of figured all these
I don't know who.
years. She
Hold
kind
on
of
one
figured how
second,
to make sure.
Lisa. Nina, I added you to the chat. I don't know if that's you out here in the background, but continue, Lisa. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, and this was thrust upon her. Now, do I believe she was wrong? Yes, I do. you need to have some counseling. I believe what the counseling coach said told her. You and that man, you and the kids both need counseling to get y'all both through this right here. Both y'all need to come. All three y'all need to have sit down and have some counseling so y'all can make it through this. So it won't be no more. It won't be no more situation when you have to send them out. You got to send them out somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So it won't be that way. And also, I mean, to me, some this was like the sad point for me. It really was sad for me because I've been there. I've been there, and it's not. It's
Oh,
just like because sometimes I get overwhelming. And I was a teenager. I was a teenager.
right.
Wow.
I was a
Yeah.
teenager. I was raised by my daughter. I was raised by my daughter, and so I understand how she feels. But that's to drop those kids off like she did is totally wrong. I'm not for it, but I think it's the big step she needs to go. Just like Tori said, she needs to get a man figure in their life, somebody that she can trust to take on, and
Lisa, did
also
you ever take a
get
break?
all three of them into counseling together.
But
Huh?
Lisa, first of all, thank you for sharing your story. That's an amazing thing you did. I just want to add this for a lot of people that have like a bunch of brothers and sisters. Um, some of the older siblings did similar to what you did, had to help get their other siblings up, comb their hair, help feed them, put the bowls of cereal on the table. I get it. A lot of people make different sacrifices depending upon, the size of the family. So I understand. Let me just read what Fifi wrote here. Marlo, you have a strong backbone to stomach these old men, but you aren't strong enough for your nephews. They're
Mm,
stressing you
mm,
out.
mm.
Be honest and say, I can't and don't want to do this. Fifi, thank you
Woo!
for your comment. Let me go to Nina. You have entered the building. Hey, Nina, what's up? What do you want to add to the
Hey,
conversation?
Diva. Hey, y'all. Can you hear
Hey,
me?
Hey
Hey,
Hey,
Nina.
Hey,
Nene.
Hey,
y'all.
Hey,
Nene.
Nina,
Well,
sorry.
What's up, my
y'all might not like
good?
me.
I mean,
I'll say this.
what's up, my good Nina from Colorado?
okay, go ahead, Nina. What's your comment?
So, I did think that for Marlo to even take a suggestion from Shereé out of all people and go see a family therapist was a jump start.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do I think it should have been done in the beginning when she got those children? Yes, I do. And do y'all know how 13 to 14-year-old kids is today? They bad as heck.
Nasty.
They
Yeah.
bad. They don't want to clean up. They don't
Mm-hmm.
listen. And where I think and I'm coming from my own experience with my granddaughter. They don't want these Gen X's. They don't listen to Jack. You better have to punch. Who knows? Marlo might have punched that hole in the wall.
Herself.
You never know. But what I wanted to say is these kids are so bad today. Marlo jumped into something. I don't think she knew that she was going to be having these kids as long as she did, but she played the auntie role. Buying them this, making sure they have this, showing them a good life, and then when she probably seen the real deal Holyfield like that mama probably seen. She didn't know how to handle it. 30 days is a long time. It is. But what I think this is going to do for Marlo is get herself together. If you can't handle them kids, Marlo, they're young, impressionable boys. Please let them stay with your sister. Don't bring them back into that society that you in because you never birthed any babies. You ain't birthed no baby. So
Mhm.
you ain't got that motherly
Woo!
instinct. She don't have that motherly instinct, and people would say, and she's a woman, she should know. But everybody don't know how even women that have kids shouldn't be having them. So,
Mhm.
I'm just like, I give her a little bit of slack. You know what I'm saying? I just do. Because she don't know what she's doing. If she's doing it to keep that peace, she's wrong. I do believe that she's wrong to keep that peace. But if you're doing it because you love those boys, go through those parenting classes, continue to see that therapist, and make it a positive influence. It don't always. My mama raised 6 kids and what not nine damn daddy up in there. So I beg to differ that she need to go out there and find somebody. You know how to raise them kids without a daddy in the home. We've been doing it for a long time. Not saying, that she can't, but that's just all I wanted to say. I give her a little bit of slack.
But
Diva,
but Nina, with that, if Marlo can play role play, like play mommy and daddy roles with these old white men, why she can't do that with her
That's
nephew?
different. That's what she used to. She ain't screwing. Look, she is not screwing her nephew.
Smoking
She's
crazy.
screwing them old white men. That's who she.
Diva, I
That's
have
how
a
she making
question.
her coins. She don't know. You got to separate the children from how she make her duckies. Okay, that's different.
Diva, may I say
Diva, I
something
have
to
a
Nina?
question.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Uh-oh.
And my question is, what does the panel think? Would it be better for Marlo to let the boys go into foster care? Since
No.
the sister has a 2-bedroom house, financially she looks like she works a very, very like regular job. She's already got her kids, she's already a single mom, she's already struggling. So either the kids go to foster care or Marlo keeps them and sometimes takes a break and
Why
Okay, so
can't?
you
uses them
know
as a
what?
Why
storyline.
Let me
What is
hold on
better
one
for the
second,
kids?
guys. Hold on one second, guys. I don't think it's so much of her needing a break. I think it's the way she
Right.
presented that break on the TV. She
Yeah.
said it out of
Yeah.
her own mouth. I told them to get the F out.
My
So my
mom has
thing
said
is,
that to me.
if you just need a break, take a break. But she also didn't send over the groceries. You got to do, if you're going to take the break, you got to do the break right, right? You
Yup.
got to send them with this stuff. You got to send over a whole house full of groceries for all the kids, not just the two you sending over for your sister and the 4 kids that she already has in her house. You got to check on your sister every week. You got to check on them every week. And then you got to check in with them and say, y'all ready now? Y'all ready to come back and act right? And if they don't answer the question right when you're on the phone with them, okay, y'all need a couple more days. Because trust
Yeah.
me, and let me tell you, these teenagers will miss their room, okay? Because I'm sure at the
Mm,
Simpsons house, they did not have their own room. They probably had a space on the floor somewhere with an air mattress, if that. So my thing
yeah.
is, you check in with them after 5 days and say, y'all ready now? Y'all gonna get your life together? You're gonna keep your room clean? But as to Nina's point, teenagers are teenagers too. So you have to understand that some of this was just regular teenage stuff. It wasn't
Right.
just them being all this malicious. And they're going to act out. Why are they going to act out? Because at the end of the day, I know they appreciate everything Marlo's doing to them, but in the back of their mind, they still wish their mother was well and they
Of
was with
course.
their mother and they was home in the house with their mother. So they're going through a lot. I do think that she loves the nephews, but I
Yeah.
also think that she's playing this thing up for this TV, and she has to understand that they are not doll babies, okay? They are human beings with feelings, and you're putting this mess on TV so you can keep the peach and keep this money coming, but you're messing
Yeah.
with their mental also.
Yeah.
So my problem was the way she did it. She could have did it better, and she
Right.
shouldn't have played her sister out. And her sister doesn't even have the space for these kids. So if
Mm-hmm.
anything, she also could have said to her sister too, why don't y'all come over here, spend 2 weeks with me, bring all your kids, okay, and help me out, and I'll take a moment.
Oh
And then
Lord.
maybe my moment will be in a hotel somewhere, but bring them to your house. You know your sister house is tiny. Don't do that. Because she even tried to play it off like, oh, all of a sudden her sister moved from a 2-bedroom to a 3-bedroom. Marlo, stop. I don't believe that for 1 minute. I believe she said that because she didn't want to make it look bad that she sent those kids over there to an already packed house.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
But
my
I
thoughts
think,
on it, but go ahead.
she asked her sister for some help, and I do believe that they don't need to be in foster
I agree.
care. I do believe that, but what I think is Marlo and the sister should be able to make up, because the other sister's definitely not getting out of jail with her. I mean, she probably will, but she's gonna have to go through for the sake of those two boys, because those two boys don't know, hadn't had anything but they're mentally challenged. I don't know. I think it can work, but Marlo can't put them on the chopping board for RHOA. That's not what
Right,
you can't do that, Marlo.
right. Right.
But Diva, can I say something to Nina really
Yes,
quick?
of course, of course.
Diva,
Oh,
I'm finna mute for a minute. Diva, I'm finna mute for a minute, and I'll
Okay,
be
no
right
problem.
back. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
uh,
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, King.
okay, Nina. I agree with you because my mom was a single mom. She raised 6 boys by herself, and I'm over Marlo bringing the boys up on the show, but I do think Marlo genuinely loves the boys, and those of us from the culture, we know that if you have somebody in your family to prevent children from going into the system, we kind of try.
Yeah.
Your auntie will step in, grandma usually will step in if mama's struggling. Like Nina's saying, Marlo, to her defense, and I don't like defending Marlo, but to her defense, she hasn't birthed any children, nor has she had, and it's the same situation with her sister. She's she's a motherless, to a certain extent, childless woman taking in teenagers. So she hasn't been there with these boys developing. She doesn't know all their little idiosyncrasies. She doesn't know how, this one might need certain things where this one might not, and this one might need some attention, and this one might need. She doesn't have those skill sets that a mother would naturally have towards the kids. And I do
Right.
not. I'm in the minority, but I do not. Her delivery was wrong, but whether that break was 30 days, 45 days, the whole summer, I don't necessarily think it was wrong, because what would
No.
we be saying if
Me
Marlo would have
neither.
kept those kids,
And
gotten upset, and reacted? And because see, if he really punched the hole, I'll beat
Right.
his ass, beat his butt. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
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 And loads of people do it. Loads of parents send their kids away on holidays. Every holiday, I was at another family member's house, and my mom was like, "I need a break," and she needed it. She deserved it. We were troublesome as, to be honest, we were troublesome
Honey.
kids. We gave her a headache. She did a lot for us. The holidays, if someone were like in the family that was available to give us like our grandma, give her a little break, she was doing it because she needed mental health breaks as well. These parents are human beings. Like, as we get older, we realize how hard parenting really is. And if Marlo, who is like perfectly motherless and childless, never, she's lived in that little condo by herself for a long time. So
But
it's going to
something,
take a
some
little
people,
while.
excuse me, baby, but some people
Go
choose
ahead.
to be parents. That's why it's a choice. And
Very true.
I tell people, my mother chose. She
Mm-hmm.
chose to raise all 6 of us with that. I mean, if a father could have been there, yeah, I'm pretty sure. But my mother, she was one of those people that these are my children. They're staying up under my roof, and I'm going to raise them. And see, the thing about kids today, they ain't scared of their parents. And I'm talking about a healthy fear. Because when my mama said, sit down and shut up, I mean it. We all 6 of us got on our knees and sat down. Do you hear me?
Can I?
Mm-hmm.
Kids, they want to be too lenient on them, be their friend. Then they want to, when it's time for the chastisement, then they want to be their parent. No, you need to be the parent all the way around the board.
24/7, 24/7. Hold on one second. Obi said in Marlo's shoes, no one would have seen the boys' room in that state, near the hole on the in the wall. Also talk to their mom in the prison. That was for the camera. I'm feeling that way too, Obi. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm feeling that way, right? And listen, the kids' room wasn't that bad. I'm gonna be very, very honest with you. There's 2 teenage boys. Um, I'm not saying I'm in
I
agreement
agree.
with the way the room looks, but I've seen it. I've seen it with my son. I'm like, it's a disaster in here. Get this room together, okay? So yes, and I do think the whole scene would. I think she could have took the phone call with her sister and not purposely bring her nephews to that location so that they can get on the phone also. And
Mm-hmm.
remember, she said out of her own mouth, they started acting up after that phone call. And why, in my opinion? Because during that phone call, the sister blamed Marlo for everything. Now we know the sister is not well, but that's not the point. That is still the boy's mom. So imagine hearing your mom blaming your auntie, the one that you're living with, for everything. and saying the reason why she is there is because of Marlo. So that had an impact on her, right? And then that's the pivotal point where they turned and they started acting out. Because that was too much for them. That would be too much for anybody. You get to see your mom. You haven't seen your mom. You know she's away and locked away. So now you get to do this video chat with her, and your mom is losing it. Of course, that's going to break you. Of course, that's going to change you. So right after that phone call, they should have had counseling. So it's not that I'm blaming Marlo. She wasn't fully equipped. But that's why
Right.
these systems got to do a little bit better too. They knew that she was taking on two boys, whether she's a family member or not. You still should have said y'all have to go through counseling. It should have been a part of the requirement with her taking them, saying, you know what, you need to go to counseling because you're getting two boys who mother, has taken them through a lot because of everything that she's going through, and we just want to make sure that they transition well into your home.
But
Those are
Diva,
my
who
thoughts.
was
Yes.
going to tell?
Can I say something?
Who was going to tell her that when, for one, Marlo and her sister's mother was abusive, allegedly towards them, right? So they never
Yes.
really had a good bringing up when it came to parenting. And then you got that sister. She might want to blame Marlo, but she need to lay low and get herself together because who else was going to take them boys? Where was their father?
Very
I'm sure
true.
the system would say, okay, before Marlo even got him, do they have a father? Is he paying child support? If they went through that
That's
cycle
true.
to begin with, because I do know that's the first thing they say. If it's two parents, whether the parent is a part of that child's life or not, if that parent, absentee parent, is paying some type of support, then the children should be allowed. That's the first place they try to get them to. Now Marlo, she didn't know. Y'all, I have to believe she didn't know a lot of this. Marlo been a whore all her. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Oh
But
my
she been. I mean, girl, but
Nina.
Now,
you know what
you
I'm
were
saying.
doing
Y'all
good
know what I'm saying.
defending her.
No, I'm still defending her, but
She lived a high risk
with
lifestyle.
defending her, she has
Yes.
been
Yeah.
out on her own since she was like 15 years old.
Mhm.
So she's been doing what she needs to do to stay afloat. So that's what I'm still defending her, Diva, though.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I
But
know.
I'm
I
just
know.
saying,
that was a
she
Freudian
just
slip,
didn't
Nina.
know. I believe.
Can I say something, please?
Yes, of course, Sebastian. Go ahead.
Okay, I remember a couple minutes ago, Nina said something. Taking care of those kids are a choice. Having kids are a choice. Yes, they are. There are choices, but they're choices. Once you commit to one of the options, you have to stick with it. It's not like, okay, I choose that I'm going to take care of these kids. Now all of a sudden I don't want them anymore. It's not like that. Now you're just psychologically damaging the child. You're
No, but she said she needs a break. Is that the same as saying she's giving them back?
But to them, it might be like
I
them being
know.
getting sent back.
exactly.
I know
And
people that have had children and then decide they don't want their children no more. Oh yes, I do personally, and they put their children in foster care, and I do know that for experience. I'm just saying my experience. I know some people that has done that.
Do you guys
Close
think
your
that
legs to
one
marry
of the
men.
I feel like one of the reasons why Marlo, even though she doesn't want to look after the boys, she keeps them is because she's been in foster care herself and she's had to run away from foster care. And it's very dangerous. There's a lot of sick people that are foster parents. There's a lot of like care homes that are very dangerous. So even though it might not be in her, she feels the obligations on her. Her mother's not available, her sisters are not available, other siblings don't want to take the boys. She felt like financially, because of where she was, the obligation was on her. And she might not want to do it, but knowing what foster care is and knowing that her family members are not able or willing, she starts.
I
I
agree.
think I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think is that she did. I never got the feeling that she didn't want to do it. I really believe her intentions are truly good. And that she wanted to step in because remember she took care of her sister. So she's done this before. Remember when the scene with her sister, and they was in the boys' room and they was sitting on the bed. The sister told the story of how Marlo took her in at one point and was
She was
helping
in
to
foster
raise
care.
her. Okay,
did.
and she went and got her out of foster care. So I
Mm-hmm.
think her intentions, I don't have any problem with her intentions. I truly believe she loves the boys. I truly believe she wants the best for them. I don't want them to be in foster care, and I don't think Marlo did either. The only problem I'm really having with the entire situation, because I also agree, me growing up every single summer without fail, the men in school got out maybe 2 days later at best, and only because they was
Grandmas.
coordinated how I was going to
Yeah.
get down
Goodbye.
south with my
Yeah,
brothers and
yeah,
sisters.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
we was gone. We went to my grandmother.
I
We was
loved it.
at my grandmother's house the whole entire summer, and we only came back home a smidgen before school, so we could go
Yeah.
school shopping for our
New clothes.
clothes. But my
Yeah.
mother already had all the other school supplies. We just had to go get our clothes. And actually, after a while, we started coming back with our clothes. So we literally came back 2 seconds before school was about to start. Okay. And we started to come back a little bit earlier after a while too, so that we could get back into the routine of going to bed at the right time, because during the summer we stayed up to God knows whatever time we wanted to, but we only started to come back a little bit earlier so we can have a week of going to bed early so we can prepare to go back to school. So the break is not a problem for me. It's the fact of the way she did it on TV. And every time she explained the story to
Right,
somebody,
Diva.
she said, I told my nephews to get the
Good
F
stuff.
out.
That's
Those
right.
were the words that came
Yeah.
out of her mouth. And if she
I
would have
agree.
said it once, I probably could have digested it, right? And she would have started to later say, I told the boys to get out, right? But no, every time she explained that story, she said, I got
Right.
frustrated and I told the boys to get the F out.
Yep.
I think it was overkill. I think it was too much. And I think that part of what she's doing at the expense of the boys is playing up for RHOA, like somebody else said. Don't
Right.
lose and don't mess them over for RHOA, because your
Right.
intentions, I truly believe, came from the heart, and I still do, right? But even you're building a room for them in this mansion, this mega mansion that I hope actually comes to pass. But she's doing the most. She's doing a lot,
Yeah.
and I think it was way too much and over the top. So that anybody else before we move on to this next thing with Todd, and they talking about the money. They talk about the money.
Let's get to the
Can we
money.
Please, let's talk. Let's
let's
talk.
Let's
talk?
start
Let's
to the
talk.
moolah.
Now, okay. Okay, let's talk about the money. So we get to this thing, right? And the commercial from last week made me think more than what it really was when I saw it.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
They played us out with that little clip. But anywho, so now we're there. Todd's daughter's there. Riley's there. Candy's there. Ace came and gave his daddy, the one he knows best, okay, the one that takes care of him all the time. He came and gave daddy something to eat because he probably knew it was about to go down and daddy was about to get ambushed, okay? So
Diva, so shady.
he came and gave daddy a little banana, something to eat. Like, here, daddy, be calm, right? So they're sitting down and they're talking, and they're pretty much saying, all of them, even Caleb was saying that, if something happens to Candy first, Todd is not going to let them run rampant and just spend the money any old kind of way, the way Candy is free with the cash, right? Now, I wasn't in disagreement with Todd. I do think that we all know it. If somebody earns something, they treat it differently than if it's just given to them.
Yup.
You ever have a family member, you gave them something, you gave them this jacket they wanted, new jacket, you come in, it's on the floor, it's tossed around the corner, they don't know where it's at, they lost it at school, so forth and so on. The minute they get a job and they purchase that thing themselves, it's on the hanger, they cleaning it off, they dusting it off, they know where it's at, they know where to find it, right?
Exactly.
One time, I don't know if y'all know, there was how trends happen, right? So there was this trend of, for the basketball court, all the sports, they had these certain socks that all the kids was wearing. Now, those socks was $15 a pair. That was maybe one of the lower prices, right? I took my son to the store. He had 4 pair on the counter. I said, are you feeling okay? Right? So I got him that one time. We went back again. Now all of a sudden he wants 3, 4 more pairs. I'm like, okay, no, I'll pay for one and you can pay for the rest. All of a sudden, he didn't need the other three pair because he wasn't going to pay for them. Okay. So my thing is, I agree with Todd that when you earn something, it's a different level of respect. And you know what's that darn saying? That saying that says, if you teach the man how to fish, he's gonna eat for life. If you give him fish, he's gonna have to keep coming back to you every time he's hungry to get some fish. That's Todd's point. I'll stop there. Let's talk about this scene. I'm gonna
Let's
go
go.
around the room and
Mhm.
please let the person speak. And because I'm gonna come to you. Smoke, you're up. What's up?
I thought that scene was very telling of how he would be if something were to ever happen to Candy. And the fact that all three women sitting on the couch were literally in like spiritual and verbal agreement. That is very telling to how you really are. And even his daughter said it best. She's like, it's almost like it's business before you're a father. And it's like, I'm like, that was painful for to I'll be if I was Todd, I'll be hurt to hear my daughter say that because it's kind of just like I want to be a dad. And yes, I understand like teaching your kids valuable lessons, but not everything has to be a lesson. Like Riley is doing well at NYU, she's being successful, and Kayla is doing well in TV production. I feel like they should be rewarded accordingly. And to be honest, I feel like Candy does slip Kayla money on the side, be like, don't tell your daddy, because she's not just gonna take care of her three kids and just leave Kayla out of it. I think Candy is more inclusive in that way. And she's gonna be like, your father doesn't have to know about this, but I feel like Candy's way of providing love for her children is like, yes, get that education, do what you're supposed to do, and like, why do they have to struggle? And even like this was something that this was in the beginning of the season, they talked about it where it's like I don't know who it was, but it's like I think it was like Marla was talking to Candy and she's like, well, why can they not be like the suburban kids or something to that effect of like why do they have to be a similar, why can't they enjoy the finer things in life and do well at the same time? It's like they're not mutually exclusive things. So I just feel like he needs to take stock of this because he's kind of giving credence to what Mama Joyce was saying when in the beginning before they got together when she was talking about Todd is after your money and Candy had to take lemons and make lemonade. So I feel like you're basically showing us that you're a con, and that's all you are. And because you're always
Wow.
worried about money, or Candy's money, or what she's doing with her money to provide for her children, including your own, that she treats like her own.
Okay, so hold on 1 second, Smoke, because Fifi said, I'm with Todd. Those ungrateful kids. But Smoke, you got from that scene that Todd is just greedy and want Candy's money. Come on, give Todd a
I
break,
did
Smoke.
too.
Are
I
you
did
serious?
too. I honestly, Diva, because I'm like,
Me too.
why do you and why does everything have to be a lesson? Not everything in life has to be the way. And sometimes it's better when you fall on your ass and you have to figure it out yourself. Your parents can't teach you everything.
Yeah.
Some things we have to learn in life ourselves and figure out our way about it. I'm that same way, and I tell people that I rather struggle first on my own, under my own decision, so that if I ever encounter this situation again, I know what I have to do, get out of it, versus going to somebody. That's just me, but not everybody is like that, and I don't think that's a problem.
All right, thank you, Smoke. Tori, are you up?
Did you notice that scene was in Candy's house and not the guest house?
No, it was in the guest house.
No, that was the
No,
main house. That was
Oh,
that
that was
was
the
the
main house.
main house.
Oh.
That was the main house because the guest house living room is different. It's not that
Mm.
much furniture in the guest house sitting room where they sit at. But anyway, I agree with Smoke. Candy, I know she's giving um Todd's daughter money. I know she is. Because that child is Todd's got that child paying her own rent, everything. He ain't helping her with a thing. Because she's working for that production company, he thinks she's supposed to do every single thing on her own. And I believe her when she says that he treats her everything with him is a business before he's a father. And she told him last season that he doesn't show her no affection or anything. Todd, I don't think he knows how to be a father, to be honest. And I like the fact
Tori,
that
wait, Tori, I'm going to let you finish. Todd doesn't know how to be a father? Oh,
no,
my. He's fathering Ace, what's her name? In Little Blaze. Candy's never home. And wait, Flip, hold on one second. I'll let you get back into it. Give me a minute. Flip, he going to spend that money on the woman he really want to be with. Come on, don't do that, Flip. Don't do that. Don't do that. And wait, Kathy, thank you so much for the super stick. I really appreciate it. Y'all gonna come up off of Todd. But go ahead,
Look,
Toria, finish your thought.
Not Todd, Marvin.
He's not watching them children by himself. He's always running around somewhere. Believe me, there's somebody there with them children, and it ain't Todd when Candy's out of town. And a lot of the times when Candy leaves, Todd goes with her.
He does. Go ahead.
Yeah, he goes. They got a place up there. They go stay in when she goes out California and stuff. Cause Candy will do she'll do lives and stuff and answer questions from people when she's on trips and stuff, like she got to go somewhere to go film or something, and she gets a break and she's in the room at night and she's eating, of course. She'll do lives and take questions. But I think Candy will set everything up to where it will be drawn out specific instructions if something happens to her, what Todd is to do, and Mama Joyce will have, her little say in it. But Todd is not going to be in control of everything, and he's going to have to go by exactly what she says. And that's why he said to her, you better write it all down, and what you want me to do, write it all out. And he was offended, but he shouldn't have been hurt by his daughter's statement. He should learn what she said last year. He don't show her no type of affection or anything. The girl is screaming out for that love from Todd that she's not getting. And I hope
okay, let me let everybody else speak, and then I'll touch on that point. Cherry said Todd didn't know about Kayla until she was a teenager. MH, you're up. What did you think about this scene?
I think it just speaks to the different parenting styles. I think what Todd did with Kayla is that he set her up with an opportunity. So the nepotism we always talk about, the beneficial nepotism that a lot of white children benefit from. She benefited from, like, her dad works in the industry. He got her a position in that said industry. And if the job is like, if it's not an internship where she's working for free, if she's getting paid, why can't she pay for her own rent? That shouldn't be something that we find to be so, out the school. No, it's normal. If he got her a job, the job's paying well, she can pay for her own bills and her own rent. That's fine. I also think that one of the things that's different, I don't know, the dynamics kind of different, because I believe Candy's mum raised her daughter as well. Whenever her daughter's speaking, you can hear Mama Joyce in her, the way she, like, everything about her screams Mama Joyce. And I think I think Kandi is scared of Mama Joyce and she's scared of her daughter. I think they both tag team her a lot. They tag team her based on the fact that she has less of, she was away, she was an artist. A lot of the time, the mum raised her, so they created that bond. And she's scared to tell her daughter, you don't need a nose job. You're only you're at this age. She's scared to tell her daughter, you don't need to spend thousands of money on such and such. I think she is, like, her daughter, like, I think Candy's always been very wary of telling her daughter what she needs to tell her. Like, I just feel like that's their dynamic. So a lot of people concentrate on the Todd and Kayla dynamic, but this dynamic has always been odd to me. I just think there's something there.
You know what I think though with Kandi? I think Kandi, because I think she felt like she had to overcompensate with Riley because of Block, Riley's dad, and them not really having a relationship. I don't think it's that deep that she's scared to talk to Riley. And I think regardless, Kandi has money. Kandi likes to share her money, and she feels like if I want to buy my daughter a Benz, let her live in the skytop apartment in the city while she goes to NYU. I have the money. I'm gonna let her stay there. So I don't think that she's afraid to talk to Riley. I think that because it was her and Riley for so long, in the mom, they
I
all look
do.
thick.
Yeah.
They're thick as thieves. Because I understand that dynamic, right? You're thick as
Mm-hmm.
thieves because it's only you three. And hey, if I got it, you got it. You want a car, a Benz? You want a Range Rover? Whatever, I give it to you. Because
But
at the end
you
of the day, you can't take the money with you. But go ahead, Mace. Finish your thought, and then
But
I'm gonna move to
remember
King.
on the reunion when Mama Joyce tried to act like Kandi doesn't pay for her, Kandi said, I pay for your whole life. Remember, she came on the reunion acting like, oh, Kandi doesn't do anything for me. I do everything for myself. I've been working since. And then Kandi looked at her and she said, but Mama, I do pay for you. I do pay for that house that you live in. I do pay for this and X, Y, and Z. And it's like, yes, you can be as thick as thieves, but I also feel like there's an unhealthy dynamic between Todd and his daughter. Because the thing is, someone said that Todd's not a good dad, but if you see how affectionate he is with Ace and
Blaze.
the little Blaze, you can tell he has the ability to be a good dad. It's
He's
just
a
that
good
he
dad.
never had a relationship with the older daughter. So when he met her, he just thought, I need to be the tough dad. Like she's a teenager, she's at a point where she needs the stern dad. But I feel like had he been with her from a young age, the dynamics would have been slightly different.
Yeah. Okay. So let me move to King. King, what are your thoughts about this situation? The money, the trust. What do you want to say about this?
The part that really got me is that they were discussing um Candy's money,
Mm,
and what Todd said. It was good. Like you said, what he said was good. That
mhm.
he wanted the kids to earn their money. When you earn it, you do appreciate it. When I was growing up and Mama took care of everything for me, I didn't necessarily know,
Oh,
how much money is taken out for bills and what this and that. Everything you get, when you're a kid and Mama give you $20, that $20 is for your enjoyment. Once you reach a certain age and you realize, okay, no, them $20 gonna have to stay up because I got to pay this bill and that one. So what he said in theory was okay, but here's where it falls short for me. I'm a action speak louder than words type of person. You
Mhm.
can't sit here and try to give me this wonderful oration about about earning money when we're talking about my mother's money. This is not money that Todd has earned, but he is benefiting. And I see someone in the comments said, where is a Todd? I don't have any Todd hate, but the actuality is the businesses that him and Kandi share. I believe that money that funded those businesses came from Kandi.
Yeah,
They
So
all
it
he's
did.
did.
benefiting from the
It did.
same.
It did.
He's in the same place as Riley. So you ain't about to dictate what my child's gonna get while you sitting there trying to create failing, because we have to remember they've created businesses, but all of those businesses have not been successful. Where's the lemonade at?
Where's the truck
So
business?
right, yeah, and remember they was going. Well, me and Ty, we going. Mama said that, and she said to comment to Porsche about the lemon. So are we gonna have a lemonade business come? It's just he has ideas, and a lot of people have said, everybody, I have ideas, and if I had Candy's money, some of my ideas would come into fruition. But I'm seeing where I'm seeing Todd has, because I used to defend Todd. I felt bad when he came on the show and everybody was kind of against Todd, but I don't really think they was against Todd. Now I think they were just they were seeing Todd for his works. I do think Todd is an opportunist, and that doesn't mean that he might not love Kandi. He might love Kandi, but he is an opportunist. I think he saw, where he could succeed, and that's my biggest issue with him is that you are benefiting from your wife's finances. Blaze and Ace, are benefiting from your wife's finances and Riley, but you didn't see it appropriate for your daughter to receive anything. And I
Yeah,
know you
that's
said,
the. Yes, yes, you're right.
That
I
that was
know
that was
you say
messed up.
that I know that you say that he might have not wanted Kayla to receive because of what people were saying about him, but it ain't
Uh-huh.
it ain't put his hand back in his pocket. He still got his out. So no, we can't use that as an excuse, Todd. And no, I'm not about to talk to you about what, because you've already proven based off of your relationship with your eldest child, who you have not always been there for, that I can't trust you to give Riley the lifestyle that she's grown accustomed to.
Can I ask you guys a question? Do you
Okay,
think?
so hold on one second. So Nina, you are correct. This was super shady when they put up the screen and the producer showed the list of Candy's assets versus Todd, and
Yeah.
all they listed for Todd was that dark condo. They were so messy, and then they list their businesses together. They were being super messy. That
It
was
be
the
your own
messiest
people,
part of that
Todd.
scene.
It
It
be
was
your own
dirty.
people.
It was
It was
funny.
dirty. Yes. Before I go back to you, MH, let me let Nina speak about this particular situation. Then I got to get to Lisa. Nina, did you speak about this situation with the money in the trust fund and all this stuff they trying to do?
Lisa,
So
I'm gonna hurt you if you don't
Todd,
stop popping that gum.
I know. Go,
go on
go,
mute, Lisa.
go ahead, Nina.
So even Candy said out of her mouth, she don't think he would treat, if she was gone before him, the way she would treat her money with the kids, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Todd, my thing, and one of the ladies said, one of your people in the chat said it. Todd, you just met your damn daughter when she was 14, and then you had a hard time believing that was your daughter. You really took the woman to have a blood test and everything. But the thing about it is, Todd, you need to hush when it comes to Candy's money and how she has raised her daughter. That's how she has raised her daughter. She always said that about Riley, and her mom. They ain't gonna never want for nothing. She worked hard because she want to make sure that they don't have to. She know how she was raised coming up. And Todd, you are a benefactor to Candy's money, honey. The only reason you're gonna be set straight because you had them two little babies by her, and I just don't get it with Todd. You said nothing about they spoiled children. Candy lets you know that her child is spoiled. Her child is spoiled. And Riley was like, you ain't gonna distribute my money like my mommy would. And why should Riley have to have a trust fund? Riley is already 21 years old, almost 20, 21 anyway. She's 20. Why should she have to have a trust fund and entrusted in Todd with Todd? Why? I don't
I
get it.
don't
She
think it
didn't.
has to be entrusted with Todd, but again, I feel like that Todd, I do feel like he had a point there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-mm.
sometimes, like, if let's just say, I don't know Candy's, liquid assets and how much money she can leave to Riley because she does have the other two kids now. Well, let's say three because she has Kayla, right, and she has Blaze and she has Ace, and then she has her mother. So I don't know how much liquid cash everyone can get, but let's just for speaking purposes say it's going to be $5 million. If you don't know how to really handle that money, and Candy has ways of keep replenishing and adding money to the
Right.
bank, right? So
Mm.
the point he's trying to make is, and I don't know what Riley is studying at NYU, but the thing is, you're not going to be able to replenish that money that quickly the way Candy can. So if I do have it set up where you get increments, when you're 21, maybe 22, maybe 23, maybe 24, you may stand a better chance of not just having the money, go out the window because as you grow, you may, you learn a little bit more. That was my thought process on that. I don't think
I don't
everything he
get it.
said was just
Can I say
wrong. Go
something?
ahead.
I don't get that with Todd. I didn't get that from him from before he even had these other two babies by Candy. I'm a Mama Joyce fan, and I believe what Mama Joyce said. And Todd, you don't have any rights. This is just me. You're the
Mm,
stepfather. You don't have any right to tell Candy how to distribute her money when it comes to Riley. maybe with them two children. But when it comes to Riley, you don't know what Kandi has set aside already for Riley. I don't think he should have been saying anything about that. And when it comes to Kayla, you ain't doing nothing for Kayla. You ain't. What have you done for Kayla? When you met Kayla, your mom, the first season that he met Kayla was the second season before his mom died. She died the second season, right? That he was on there, and he was a spoiled brat by his mom. So how you gonna sit up there and tell her what to do when it comes to Riley? Please miss me with that. She could if Kandi get all your money and run now. If he want to have them two little babies and you pay him child support, you won't be the last or the first one to do it.
But listen, no,
Oh,
Lisa, let's throw this out there. Lisa, I'm coming
I
to you. Give
mean,
me
but
a
I
minute.
mean,
Lisa, 1 second. I'm coming to you. But we got to throw this out there. Todd did say he's going to give Kayla the condo in New Jersey. Okay, the
Thank
controversial
The
you.
condo.
condo ain't
He's going to
working.
Thank
give it to
you.
Kayla. He's going to give it to
Todd
Kayla.
is a
So he's
stand-up
not
guy. Come
disrespecting
on.
her. Hold on,
Why he
Lisa.
didn't
Go
give it
ahead.
to
What
her
do you want to add
now?
to the conversation? Go ahead,
Sorry.
Lisa.
okay, I'm gonna ask this what I want to know. This what I want to know. Why is it so hard for us black people to be the only ones who have a problem of taking care of our kids, doing something for our kids? You know what I'm saying? Because every time somebody got something to say or somebody doing something for the kid, like whatever Candace want to do for Kylie and Riley, it's a big deal. Okay, don't nobody say hold on. Don't nobody say nothing what Bill Gates still doing for his kids. Don't nobody say nothing
Mm,
with rich cultures do it for their kids, Latino doing for their kids and stuff, and they be having money. So what's the big deal of it? That what she want to do? If she want to hand out them some money, you let her take care of her kids the best way she know how to take care of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that's what I want. I deep down I will do believe Todd and Candy will do love one another, and I don't believe he after her money. I don't. I just
Mhm.
don't. That's just me. Okay.
So let
That's
me
me.
let
I
me
just
say
don't
this,
feel.
Lisa. Right. I'm not in disagreement with her the way that she treats her kids and what she gives to them. I'm not in disagreement with that. But what I am saying to you is that typically, traditionally, even with grown people, when somebody doesn't work for something, um, and I'm
I
not
agree.
going to say everybody, they don't respect it the same way. But when they work for it, it's a different level of respect on it, right? And
Yes,
so
it
Kylie,
is.
yes, she is studying. Give me 1 second. She is studying to be a lawyer, so that's great. But even out the gate, you're not going to be. She will have a leg up, right? Because she's Kandi and she's in the entertainment world, so to speak, already. So she probably have a closer access to get clients versus just the average person graduating out of law school. So she does have a little leg up there. I don't personally know. Well, let me take that back because Riley said some key things in this thing too. She spends out there in the city, and I don't
Yes.
think Riley has a budget. Um,
Nope.
I think if she wakes up and she needs $10,000, she calls Kandi and Kandi gives her the $10,000. So what I'm saying is that I don't think everything that came out of Todd's mouth was just 100% wrong. He has some good points, but I think because everybody wants to just beat Todd down with a stick, none of his points come to the surface. Um,
I agree. And I also feel like
I
if
mean,
you
I
give
agree
your
with
partner a job,
everything
what's
Tyler
wrong
is
with that?
saying. I agree everything Tyler is saying. Do not give me one. I believe you should work hard for whatever you want. But I'm just saying in the black community, we have a problem with black excellence. Like Candace said, what is wrong showing our kids that they don't have to struggle. Because you black, that don't mean you got to struggle. You know what I'm
Is
saying?
Kayla
That's wrong.
struggling,
Like
Lisa?
to me, to me, that's how I feel. Okay, I can't talk about nobody else. That's how I feel about the situation. And if she do get them allowance, she do, and I believe she give both of them girls allowance, a
Mm.
spend allowance for what they need, them to live on in New York City. Because that's remember, New York City is a very expensive place to live.
That's the key,
So,
Lisa.
so wait,
She's
hold on one
giving them
second.
the
Let me read this.
allowance.
Let's throw this into the conversation here. A parent job is to have their kids to survive without them. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
I do agree with that. And Cal, no, we don't like the struggle. I don't like the struggle. But the thing is, though, my son he's my only child, right? And so I think only children, I don't even care if you're rich or poor, they on a whole different level anyway, too, because they're used to it just being them, right? And so, not on my side of the family, but on his father's side of the family, he was the first grandchild. And I mean, just, out of control,
Spoil.
just so used to
Yeah.
having everything. Listen, right now in our neighborhood, we got about 3 Starbucks that we go to. They all know his name. The local little Manhattan
I
bagel.
love
The
it.
other day I walked in there, they was like, "How's your son doing?" But they said his name. No, I'm telling. All I'm saying to
Oh,
you is that no, I don't mind, a parent, giving to their child, but I do think,
yeah.
there's a little cost that we pay too when we don't make them earn a little something and realize that money does not, like I was told when I was growing, it doesn't grow on trees. And you do need to know how to survive in case something does happen to me. You can leave your kid with millions of dollars, but if they don't know how to manage it, it will be gone before they blink their
Facts.
eyes. Crazy
A lot
K,
of
thank
rich
you for
kids
the super
suffer from this.
sticker. I truly appreciate it. Go ahead. Who wanted to add to the
I was
conversation?
just
I'm
going to
sorry.
say a lot of rich kids, the reason why these estates, like these money managers, do this, where they give the child money at 18 and then 25 and then 30, and when they get married or when they graduate and they hit these milestones, is because previous rich people have experienced the fact that when they give a young person millions and millions of dollars, there's a high likelihood, if they've never worked for money like that, that they're going to blow through it. And
Yeah.
the parent doesn't exist. The parent's not there to replenish, like you said, to give them more money on top of the money they're spending. And all of a sudden, the 10K that Riley's spending a day in New York City doesn't work when her mother's not there to make more money for them. So I feel like what Todd said was correct. I feel like Todd giving his daughter a job in the industry is more of a leg up than a lot of us will ever have. And that is like being able to get into that type of industry, being able to pay for your own bills and stuff like that. It's a blessing. I want to see Kyla in 10 years' time, and I'd like to see Riley in 10 years' time, because they're two
Me
different
too.
parenting styles, and I like to see who is more successful.
Well,
But
Because
I
that was
think they're
Ty, but
both
that
going
was
to be
Ty had said that,
successful.
remember that what had Ty had said. He said he wanted them. He said he wanted the state to not to give them all the money all at once. He wanted to give them certain times of their life when they get a certain age, 'cause they still have money through their life.
well, I
And
want
that
to see
makes
what he
sense. Just
gonna
like you
do
said,
if
the
Candy
eight.
leave him.
You said at
Thank you,
25,
Nina.
Riley and Kylie might get like 2 million.
Kylie
And
don't
then
have to
later on
get
down
none
the
of
road, they
Candy's
might get
money.
a 3 million or 10 million. He said that
Kylie
And
last
don't have
night
to
on the show.
listen. All of this boiled down to this is Candy's money. Candy
Thank you.
gonna distribute her money how she sees fit. And I know
that's
Candy
not
ain't no
true.
dummy. She is
Nina,
a
that's
businesswoman.
not true.
What? What's not
Nina,
true?
Candy said the reason why they're having this conversation is that she's discussing the money that her and Todd made together.
Made together, not
Yeah,
her
and they
money.
made, so she's saying that we have to agree. So the money, so remember he said with the condo, I'm giving it to my daughter. That's cool. She's saying the money she had before they came into the relationship, she'll give to her family and Riley however she wants. But it's the money that they made together. So Blaze and
Yeah,
the
the money
plays
that
and
they
all of
made
this.
together, but Candy
Yeah.
had
So they
money
have to decide
before.
together.
Wait a minute, but Candy had money before she even met
Yeah. But that's
Todd
not
and
up for
had these other
discussion.
two babies. So that she had
Yeah.
that house too. Wait a minute. She had that house too before she married Todd. You know
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
right?
Sure
Yeah. So
did.
So she
none of
might want
that
to
is
give
up
that.
for
Wait a minute, let
discussion.
me say something. Maybe she
Sorry.
might want to give her house to her daughter and boot Todd out. Because
Right.
ain't it something in her thing when they first got married that if he leaves at a certain amount of time, he got to leave and go to that condo that he said he gonna give
He got
Caleb.
he got
Okay,
30
and
days.
he don't even want that. He don't even want that condo. It's 1972 condo, brick inside and out. So why don't you start fixing it up? Why should your daughter have to? Why should your daughter have to pay to do what she want to do? Maybe because she want to do it, but you got a whole condo. Give it to her now.
But hold
Give
on,
her
Nina.
something now.
How many kids does Kandi have?
Kandi, now I'm not talking about how many she has. I'm talking about before. I'm talking about
No, but
before
what
she
I'm
even
asking you is
married Todd.
her kids, but she's got 2 kids by Todd,
No,
regardless
see,
of
that's
whether
what
she
I'm
made this
talking
money
about.
before
I
or
don't
after.
disagree with you. I'm just talking about this is all Candy's money. But I'm talking about before her and Todd got together, maybe she already had something in stone saying that this house is going to be Riley's house. And Riley can do whatever she wants to do with it. Now, what if Todd
So
married her to
hold
W.
on,
Todd?
Nina,
What
because
about
you know what?
Blazing?
Hold on, guys, because we didn't even get to the birthday party shit. We gonna move on real quick. But let
Yeah.
me
Go
read
ahead.
this.
Yeah.
I read that's what happened to the Vanderbilts. The money was gone after just a couple of generations, and they had money, right?
Money.
When Anderson Cooper, son of Gloria Vanderbilt, was born, their family was basically broke. You know, I think the point is that at least I'm trying to make here is that I think if you plan it out correctly and you teach them, Lisa, please with the gum. If you plan it out correctly and you teach them correctly, it will be a greater chance of them extending the money that they get and extending their wealth versus
Yes.
it being gone overnight. Because if you don't know how to handle the
Oh.
money, and especially that level and type of money, it can be gone in the blink of an eye. I
Before
think,
Ace is 18, that money could be gone.
huh?
Before Ace is even 18, that money could be gone.
Right, if something happens. So Ali says here, Obama used his connections to get Alea a job in the movie industry, and I bet she's not struggling to pay rent when she works
So we're
in
comparing
NYC.
Todd to Obama.
Listen. Here's the thing. Kandi and Todd, they're using their influence. I don't mind any of that. But the key is she's working. She's working.
Yes.
She's working. They didn't just say, here go $3 million, go to New York, do whatever it is you want to do. Listen, we all need a little help now and then, right?
Of
You
course.
know, you call friends. Are they hiring at your job? Can you get me in the door? I'll start in the mailroom. Nobody, I'm not against help. I'm not against the parents using their influence to help the kid. All I'm saying is, don't give up all this cash to them and they have no way of multiplying or keeping adding to the cash. If you got 10,000 in the bank and no job, after a while that 10,000 is going to whittle down to zero. Ali, thank you for the super chat. I truly appreciate it.
Diva, can I
Okay.
say one thing before we
Yes,
move
you
on?
can. Yes.
The issue is 2 issues here. So Kandi doesn't come from generational wealth. She
Right.
was the breadwinner, so she doesn't have the, she doesn't have the knowledge. Her mama was working in a pie factory.
Right.
So I believe once you get that type of money and the type of, success and pull that Kandi has gotten, of course, naturally, she's gonna want to give to her daughter those things that she might have not been afforded as a kid.
Yes.
Where it goes to Todd is, yeah, you can teach them to work hard. Like I said, that's really good. You need to. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that has their own. But it doesn't mean that you can't share because, yeah, you have to teach your kids to live without you. But my mama didn't have Kandi's money, and I got a car. When I turned 16, Todd seemed to me, and it's just my opinion, he seemed disinterested in Kayla to a certain extent, and maybe it was because she came later, which I feel like he should have been doing more to make up for the 14 years and the public DNA test and questioning whether or not, I can't vibe with him on that. I can't. I read it in the comments. He's kind of the relationship he has towards Kayla comes off kind of like a tough dad towards his son
Right.
that he's trying to make into something.
Okay, so let me read this super sticker. Thank you so much, Best IBK. Average a production assistant salary in NYC is 35K. Rent for a one bedroom is 2,600. Yeah, New York City is no joke. Now to your point, let me say this. I get everybody is not liking the way that they're seeing the vibe with his daughter, right? But let's remove Kandi out of the picture for 1.2 seconds. And
Mm-hmm.
let's just say it was just Todd and it was Kayla. What
Mm-hmm.
would you be expecting Todd to give Kayla besides what he's currently giving her, showing her how to hold her own and helping her with get a job in the industry? What else would he be able to leave her $1 million, $500,000?
Can I answer
Child, I
that?
know
He
she
could
Yes,
might
give
you
give
her
can.
him
some
Yes.
love, some affection, some love.
Right.
But can I answer that? Now we
Yes.
can't. That's a good analogy, but for y'all that are saying, and I heard a couple when Nina was speaking, I forgot who was replying to her, but y'all were saying, so we removed Kandi. Obviously, he was working on production; he didn't have the money. But
Right.
someone just said to Nina, "Well, he has businesses together with Kandi, and that's his and Candy's money." So we're not even talking about with that logic. We're not even talking about him using Candy's money.
Mm-hmm.
He's benefited, and I'm not saying he has to take care of Kayla to that extent. I just know also, when you're a young girl or a young boy and you're seeing Blaze and Ace,
Right.
reaping the benefits of their parents. And we can all, we all say Kandi might make the money, but Todd is the one that's there. So those
Mm-hmm.
That's
benefits
right.
are
He's the
coming away from
parent.
Candy's pocket with Todd's face, whether he got people helping them at the house or not. From his mouth and his wife's mouth, he's the parent that's in the house the most.
Right.
Kayla's also seeing Riley reap the benefits of her parents' puppy. So you do have a certain responsibility when you have other kids. And it's not, I'm going off of y'all. Some of y'all are saying that Todd, is making some money there with those restaurants because that's their joint businesses. So you do have a certain responsibility to help your daughter. It's more than just giving her a leg up and getting her a job. Especially when you've missed those things. There is a certain responsibility because your businesses were funded by your wife's money first. So
Right.
someone helped you financially get there. You wasn't just out there working, hustling to build OLG.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna speed this up because this is a good conversation that we really can have a longer conversation on because it happens in everyday life too. When you have a family, you have a couple that may have had, two children together, they break up, somebody gets remarried in one household, that the child goes to, it's an abundance, in the other household is struggling. But I don't want to go there, but we could go there, but we can have a whole separate live on that particular conversation. Let's speed this up though, because we got to move to the fact, and this is just going to be an honorable mention because we got to get to this birthday party, right?
Mm-hmm.
The honorable mention is when Kandi and Todd had a moment after that, and she talked about how to close early. And she shed the tears. The reason why she worked so hard is
Mm-hmm.
because I think it was mentioned when we talked about this, is the fact that she came from nothing, and she's trying to build this up so that everybody in her life can have a better life. And
Right.
I love the fact that she is willing to include Kayla, but I really think it's not because he disliked Kayla. I think because Todd gets the hard call every time that he's trying to steal Kayla's money. I think if he even mentioned about giving Kayla something, everybody would be like really on him. That's just my thought. We got to bypass that because that was an honorable mention, and we're moving on to this birthday party. Sanya is the worst host.
Ever.
Sanya
Yes.
ever.
Oh, yes,
The
yes, ma'am.
360 booth
Yes,
didn't
ma'am.
the 360 booth didn't work. People complained about the
Catered
food.
food.
The
Dry.
decoration was a party that I could have thrown. She got those decorations from Party City. Okay.
Ooh.
And
And the
what and
furniture's
she wanted
ugly.
Yeah, yes, and she wanted to put up these signs of the rules for when they go to Jamaica. Now, Shereé arrives, Gucci down, I think it was.
She was
Her and Drew get into it, okay? But we gotta give it up for Drew, cause Drew used those vocals
yes,
and
she
she
did.
sung "Happy Birthday." Did she
And
not?
she shut
She
Sheree
Yes,
sung
she
mouth up.
"Happy
did.
Birthday."
I
But
wouldn't
Yes,
but
she
sung
but
did.
but but Diva,
I
don't you
wouldn't
find
sung
that
Yeah.
shit
shady?
for that bitch.
Huh?
But Diva, don't you find that shady? They didn't even look to Candy, who's an actual professional singer, and build
Cause
a group to
Candy
sing the
can't
happy
sing.
birthday.
Candy can't
it,
sing. She
it,
can
it
write.
was it was a little messy, but we're gonna go around talk about this scene, and then we're gonna close this out because we've been talking for a long time. The vocals were laid. Come on, give it up for Drew.
They
She
were.
sung,
Give
and
it
wait,
up
and
for
she
Drew.
sung "Happy Birthday" to a girl that she was pissed off at. So you really gotta give
Yay,
it up to
Drew,
Drew. Give it up.
yay!
Yeah.
Give
Give
it
it
up.
up for
Hey,
Drew.
Way to
okay.
go,
Now
You
Drew.
I
you
wouldn't
pissed
sung
at
for
this
that
chick.
trick.
Yes. Wait, oh wait, Tabitha. See, you ain't have to remind us that Gucci down and not in She by Shereé. See, come on, don't do that. She by Shereé is coming. It's
What?
coming.
But
Okay.
Diva,
So
don't.
yes. Okay, Ren, let me start with Lisa.
Yeah.
Lisa, make it quick. What do you want to say about this birthday party and the happy birthday? And
Child, she didn't
go
do it.
ahead.
Baby, the food was wrong. The food was wrong. Because all King kept saying that stuff was dry. She said the food was dry. Her and Drew both went go got some wine. the dry the wash down the dry food. the thing didn't work, girl. She a bad host, girl. You need to find somebody to do your party, baby, because you need to get a party plan or something. But that mess show wasn't going. Mama tell you like this right here. I'm like Drew said, baby, I'm with Drew. You had your hand because you know exactly what you was doing, baby doll. You brought that girl up in there. You know that girl, what that girl was doing. That girl looking up stuff. I'm tell you something. Why you got this girl looking me up for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all like y'all come out. Yeah, something must be going wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't like that. Yeah, that's because you 52, you look good, baby doll, but you still ain't got no man. You out here faking and called TMZ for a man, okay? Come on now. Cause you look
Yes,
good, you know what
you.
I'm saying? And if I were Drew, baby, I would not sing shit for that trick. You can have your dumb birthday. I wouldn't have sung a dumb song for that trick.
But that's
I
what
would have
made
wasted
Drew
my
the
vocal
MVP though,
cords.
Lisa. Lisa, that's what
Yeah,
made Drew the
I
MVP.
appreciate.
That's
Yeah,
She
right.
was
she
pissed
did do that.
and
She
she
did,
felt something.
and she did
And
do
she
that.
killed it. And
She
she killed
did.
it.
She did do that, diva. I ain't gonna say she would, but for me, somebody said I ain't think do nothing for that trick. Not the way
Yeah.
she
She
said that,
did.
so
All
like I
right,
said,
She
she
Lisa.
had
did
her
right.
hands.
Lisa,
She
I
had her
love you.
hands,
Hold on.
baby.
Lisa, hold on. I gotta move on. Nina, talk to me about this birthday party.
Yes, the birthday party was something you would have gave to your 5-year-old with the aluminum foil pans and damn invite, their 5-year-old graduation into the kindergarten. Come on now, Sanya, everything was wrong about that party, even the dress you had on. Everything
True.
was wrong about that party. That was the ugliest dress, and your weave was not connected. For you to be talking about somebody's weave on that board, yours wasn't even connected to your head. I didn't like it. Shereé came in there dressed like Shereé. Now listen, Shereé was clean and Shereé was beautiful. But the MVP, like you said, Diva, goes to Drew. Everybody know, if anybody know Drew, they know Drew's a singer, right? Drew probably getting herself set up for her a new single to come out or something. Who knows? But she earned her piece for next season. She carried this show, most of it. She carried the whole season. I'm Team Drew. You did that. You showed that you can be the big girl even when you carry a bone.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah.
I got to say.
Hello. Yeah, she killed it. She killed it. Thank you, Nina. King, tell me about this birthday party. How did you feel?
Look, Sonya. Look, that's all I can say about the planning of the birthday party. Kenya had me dying in there because Kenya went from redesigning your house to telling you get rid of this catering company, don't hire them no more, to going in there with Drew to she don't do wine bottles that you got to spin the top off on. And Drew, I'm agreeing with everybody. Drew, Kandi, you supposed to be the singer of the group. You the established singer. You told her to sing, and I don't believe you thought, because y'all like to make fun of Drew. I don't really believe you thought Drew was gonna go out there and blow it away a cappella.
She
like
did.
she was a whole. You thought it was gonna be a joke, and some of y'all could sit around and laugh at Drew. And Shereé, Drew should have pushed you down. She's singing to you beautifully, and you had to, is that to me? Is that we know you slow, baby, but just accept it.
And listen, True and Blue, you know I love that word. That birthday party was tragic. It was tragic. And then you come out, you can't even do the what do you call it? The easel with the pad on it. You didn't even write the words up
360.
nice for the rules. Come on now.
It was terrible, Diva. It was terrible.
Horrible. It was just disgusting, right? So yes, thank you, Keith, for those words. Toria, what did you feel about this birthday party?
I wouldn't even done that for my 3-year-old grandson. Party would have been better than that. And her with that damn pointer on that easel, I would have took that pointer and whacked her upside her messed up head she had on her head. And that I agree with Nina, that dress was terrible. And she got some ugly furniture in that house. I wouldn't have took nobody in my bedroom. I would have been so embarrassed. And she should have did like she did the last time. That's why she ain't with them at her house, because her furniture is tragic. And you see her mama standing up there in the corner, eavesdropping on everything. I know she was dying to say something to one of them ladies, because she always getting in it like Mama Joyce used to. I just think Sonya, how's she gonna have them go to Jamaica when she can't even throw a birthday party?
Oh my God, it's going to be interesting, right?
I can't wait.
Who did not chime in about this?
I'll chime in.
Smoke or Sebastian?
I think it was me.
Basically, when I saw that scene, all I can think is Jeffrey Roll. Jeffrey Roll. I was so hurt for Shereé. Shereé looked it good, but goddamn, if Shereé is calling Sanya a ride or die based off that part, she's probably going to rescind that invitation by the reunion. I think that Sanya's like sponsorship from her Wheaties from winning the Olympics has run dry. And she's probably trying to like keep it to build probably a separate guest house for her family, since she don't want them in that house, so her and Ross can like work on baby number 2. That party.
They ain't having no babies.
And first of all, how are you a Jamaican? I don't know any like West Indian people that order cater food for a party. They always cook themselves. If it's a birthday party, a baby shower, a wedding, a funeral, whatever, they ain't catering jack.
It was
I think she didn't have time.
Her mama was there. Her sister was there. She got a whole family in the house.
Right, okay, I was trying to help her out, but wait a minute. Let me add this. Y'all are correct. Where does she live? Because they all complained about how far they had to come to get to her house. Kenya said that she had a sandwich. Pack of snacks on the way. Drew was like, it took her forever. Where does that chick live?
She don't live in Atlanta. It's over 2 hours and something it took them to get there. Almost 3 hours. One person, and they said, y'all, you didn't catch the chick when she said, she don't live in Atlanta, y'all.
I heard
she live in the outskirts of Atlanta. Yeah,
I heard
she don't live where Drew and them live. And Drew live in a fenced-in place. You know, you have to go through the fence. She don't live like that, y'all. This girl is poor. You hear me? She. This is a come up for her. I mean,
but she couldn't get in Atlanta. I guess you know what? Maybe she couldn't get the house size that she wanted.
And she needs it for her whole family as well.
Yeah. So hold on 1 second, guys. Dana, thank you so much for the super chat. Yes, Drew was the real MVP. That girl can sing. That girl can sing. Okay.
Can I say something?
Yes.
People don't give Kandi her props, but she's one of the most supportive people when you come on a Housewives franchise. And I think she told her to sing because this is a platform. If you want to show people you're a singer, sing. You've got millions of people watching you. here's your chance kind of thing. I think she was pushing her in a positive way, like, Drew, do your thing. Like, this is your
I
chance.
didn't see it like
Everybody's
that.
heard me. I saw it
didn't
the
get
other
that.
way because I see
I didn't
Kandi as
get
a
that.
supportive person. I've never seen her being messy in terms of people's careers and stuff like that.
She was with
Sanya did not do that to she did that so her and Kenya could make fun of Drew when she didn't sing right. Sanya is a snake in the grass.
Kandi.
But you know,
It was
they had
Kandi.
to know that Drew is a singer. I mean,
Yeah,
I even knew when
Kandi's
she
in the
first came
industry.
on. I
I
mean, if
didn't
you gonna
know.
look Drew, if you gonna look Drew up, like Drew said, if you gonna
Sedora.
look up,
Yeah.
look Drew up because Drew she been a singer. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
She could sing.
And an actress.
From the
and an
church,
actress.
like her, she started singing in the church. She can sing.
I know. I heard her on whatever it was. She was Drew Fedora. I mean, what is it on whatever that show was?
The Game.
The game. So I knew then. That was 20 years ago.
Wait, where did this comment go? Don't play Drew out. You talk about Drew is known for singing happy birthday. Don't do that to Drew. Don't do that to Drew. Listen, even if she knows she's known for singing happy birthday, she did an amazing job. And I'm gonna give it up to her, especially because you mad at a chick and she told that chick, no, look at me because I'm singing to you. And they had to tell Dingy Shereé, they had to tell her, no, receive this because girlfriend's singing to you. And she really had to do that.
Shereé and her slow jeans.
Yeah. Can I say this one thing? Because I know this. So Drew on Watch What Happens Live, I stayed up. The chick was clean, right? She was clean, but she almost broke her ankle with them heels.
I saw that.
And she couldn't remember her own lies.
Listen, I don't watch what I had watched. I watched RHOA, then I watched Married to Medicine. By the time that came on, girl, I had one eye open, one eye closed. But I saw when she was coming to Andy, how she almost tripped. I mean, did she say anything significant? I could go back and watch
it.
No, she really didn't, because she couldn't remember her own lies. Because she was trying to say what Kenya couldn't remember. I mean, Shereé couldn't remember. But Drew, you was backpedaling too. Like you couldn't remember your own stuff too. So I'm just like, you had your moment on that show last night, but you should have hushed your mouth and watched What Happens Live. Now I'm gonna say that.
Diva,
Nina,
she said on the show. Diva, she said on the show.
Wasn't them earrings distracting that she had on Watch What Happens Live?
Hush, them wasn't the right earrings, sweetie. I'm sorry, Drew. You had all that pretty blue. Those earrings was not the right earrings. It could have been something else. You know, they was big hearts or something.
Yeah.
Diva, she said on the show that if you don't give, in talking about Sanya, she said if you don't give your man a child, then know that he's going to go and have a child with someone else.
Oh, wow.
And Andy was like, you sound like the Supreme Court right now. What are you talking about? Like, in which relationships are women forced to have children? And she was just going full mega. Like
she was stumbling over her words, but Dr. Contessa was like, wait a minute. Dr. Contessa was like, wait a minute.
Embarrassing.
I don't think it was full mega.
It was full mega. Who says stuff like that?
Well, let me. If you listen,
she didn't mean it like that. She didn't mean it.
I don't think she meant it like that. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wrong. I think, like Nina was saying, she wasn't.
I think she was brought up in the church and she meant it exactly like she said it.
Well, like Nina was saying, her words. I watched What Happens Live last night, which I rarely do. She didn't seem like she was able to convey exactly what her thoughts was. She was
right.
Doing,
okay, but what did she say to Sanya?
Has difficulties.
What did she say to Sanya on the show?
All right, so hold on, guys. I'll watch it and we'll talk about it next time. But let me just ask you this, because like I said, I fell asleep. What did Dr. Contessa say? Did she say anything of significance?
Yes. Can I tell you what Dr. Contessa said? I'm just going to give you like 30 seconds.
Okay.
Andy said, so he said, so Dr. Contessa, how do you feel about the comment Drew made? And she was like, so we know that we're mothers, you know, we when we have our children, we bear the significance of raising them, even with a husband, right? She said, so if, you mean to tell me, so if he wanted 10, she's supposed to have 10? Dr. Contessa was real smooth about it. She was like, I don't think so. It was totally out of context. You know what I'm saying? Drew should have kept her mouth shut. She should have. She should have.
Drew has the Shereé syndrome. Both of them act real dingy at times, and you're like, is this really happening? Both of them, I think, at times more Shereé than Drew, but both of them at times can be very slow.
She seemed like she was trying to prove a point to Ralph, and he was sitting over there all across from there, all sturdy, like, excuse me. You should have seen how he was looking, like he had came from the 5 and dime.
Listen, guys, because I got to do Married to Medicine tomorrow night. I hope you'll join me. Married to Medicine was a piece of work also.
It was lit.
Team Daddy.
Listen, let me tell you this. Team Daddy.
Damon Daddy.
But let me tell you this. Dr. Eugene, I never seen him get so pissed in my life. We're going to have a conversation tomorrow.
Well, Diva, that's because he's taking out his anger on everybody else because he can't really take it out on Toya.
All right, you're right. Good night, Lisa. Good night, Nina. Smoke King.
Yes.
Good night, Toya.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you for stopping
by. Listen, don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. The second week in August is when I'm going to have my 10K party. I truly appreciate all of y'all for subscribing to my channel. And I'm going to interview, darn it. It's a North Carolina team. I don't want to botch the team up, and I don't remember the name right now.
Hold up. You say North Carolina. You know I'm from North Carolina, Diva. Who you're talking about? The Panthers?
It's the Panthers. It's the first transgender woman is a cheerleader.
Oh, this the Carolina Panthers, honey. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
The Carolina Panthers. I'm going to be speaking I'm going to be speaking to her probably one day this week or next week. So it's going to be a really great interview. I'm looking forward to that. We finally was able to match up our times and connect. So we're going to, have that conversation. So more to come. But listen, guys, thank you. I am super tired. And I got to come back on tomorrow night to do Married to Medicine. We'll talk soon. Nina, I love you. King, I love you. Smoke, thanks for coming through. Sebastian, thank you. Night. Yes, and everybody else that stopped by. Have a good night, guys. Lisa, love you, Lisa. I'll talk to everybody soon. Take care, guys. Toria, you too. Bye.